Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sean O'Connor YouTube channel. Today what we're doing is we're going to talk about catch cans. All right, I got a new catch can that I ordered. Got an awesome company, Spelab. I'll put a link for them down below where you guys can buy this catch can. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, but some of these companies charge way too much for catch cans. Like, this is a pretty simple product, and some people are charging way too much money. So these guys at Spelab, they have a real nice catch can, which works on the 2011 and newer F-150s. I'm going to be putting this on my 2021 F-150 with the Whipple. But if you guys don't have a supercharger, you can still use this on your truck, and I highly recommend it for your truck. So basically what this does, your motor is going to have a lot of pressure built up in it. And if you look at your motor, the way it's set up right now from the factory is the motor is vented, and it basically vents the oil back into the intake. So it's going to reduce your fuel economy. It's going to make things a lot dirtier, a lot of buildup of carbon and stuff like that in your intake. So even on a stock F-150, whether you have an EcoBoost, a 5-liter, 2.7 or 3.5, I recommend running an oil catch can because it's going to increase the longevity of your truck. It's going to make your truck last a lot longer, and you're going to have less maintenance issues because you're going to have less carbon buildup in the intake system and less detonation, and the truck will just overall run better, right? So this catch can, the way it works is it has an option to vent it. So you see here, it has this Allen key. I'm going to take this out, use some of the supplied hardware, and put this vent on here because I prefer to vent it to atmosphere. But basically the way it works, instead of the truck throwing the oil back into your intake, it's going to throw it into this can, and then you have like a little dipstick here. You can check the level so you know when you need to drain the tank and all that. But I highly recommend one of these. It'll make your truck last a lot longer. If you're trying to be like me and run up 200, 300,000 miles on your truck with no issues, you're going to need one of these. The way these new trucks are built aren't built to last. They're built to make you go back to the dealership and need service. So let me show you setting this thing up. All right, so first I'm going to remove this thing off with the Allen key. You don't have to do this. I just think it's a good idea because I like to have a little bit less pressure in the system, so it's a little easier. So you remove that piece, you take this other piece, put it in the top, screw that in, tighten it down. All right, so once that's tightened down, you take this, the breather, and you just basically push it on top, right? So that'll be good like that. You see it comes with this little bracket for mounting. It gives you a lot of different options on where you want to mount it in your truck. Find whatever works best for you. You can use this, you can use zip ties, a lot of different options, and it has a lot of different mounting hardware. Let me go ahead and pull up the truck so we can get to it. You want your F-150 to last 300,000 miles? You're going to need this catch can from SPE Labs. Let me show you guys how to install it. All right, so after you pop the hood, you want to find a good place to mount it. It comes with an L-shaped mounting bracket, so you just need something like this to mount it on. So this is where I'm going to choose to do mine. It's right next to the battery. A lot of people will do the same thing. So I'll show you guys with the L bracket how to mount it here. This is how I configured the L mounting bracket onto the side of the catch can. You see it has these two screws. You just basically screw those into these nuts and then make sure that they're tight. You can tighten them up with the Allen key. Pretty simple, but make sure you take a look at where you want to mount it. So I'm going to the spot I just showed you next to the battery. I'm going to have this L bracket sit on there, and then I'm going to put one of these included hardware bolts. It's going to go through, and it's going to connect to this on the other side. This will be on the other side, so this will hold it tight. All right, so for these lines, you want to go on the, this is the passenger side. You want to take this hose right here and remove this hose. We're going to be capping this end of the hose off, but the end of the hose that is on the valve cover, this is where we're going to hook our hose to. So the hose is basically going to hook up to here with using a factory connection that comes with the kit, and then it's going to go into the catch can right with the other side. So to undo this, you just come along the side right here. There's a little blue tab. Just press down on that and then just pull up. A little tricky. There you go. And then do the same thing for the other side. Like I said, this is where we're going to cap it off. You can see, just like I was talking about, like there's oil that it's basically shooting back into the intake, and you don't want to do that. So you want to get rid of this and then use this new hose. All right, so you see how I ended up running the hose. So I ran it from right here. This is the side that clicks on. And then on the catch can, you take these included hardware and you basically just screw them in. Make sure you put them tight because there's an O-ring, but that's what I have this connected to. And then you just tighten down this hose clamp to make sure everything is good. You can cut the hose if you want. You don't have to, but I cut it just to make it a better size. But really, the way the kit comes, it's made for your truck, so you don't have to really cut the hose. But yeah, so that's how you do the passenger side. And what some people will do is they'll recirculate this, so they'll have it one hose run from here to the catch can, and then one hose run from the catch can back to this location. But I'm gonna vent mine to atmosphere because I put this this filter on here, so I'm gonna run this to the driver's side as well. But you don't have to do that. You can do it whichever way you want. I prefer doing it like this and venting it. All right, so on the driver's side, it is going to be this hose right here that runs to right here. Your hose may run to a different spot on the intake, but it still hooks up to the same spot back by the valve cover. So you just want to disconnect this just like you did on the other side, and then disconnect this end as well, and you're going to cap this side off. All right, so once you have all the lines ran, it's going to look like it's a factory part. You're going to get better fuel economy. Your motor's going to last longer. And it's going to be a lot healthier. It's not going to be misfiring or anything like that because it's not going to be spitting oil back into the intake. So if you guys want to purchase this, check out the link below. Use the discount code, and I'll see you guys next time.